in high definition. 19 Action News starts now.
Tonight, police in Parma are investigating a robbery at a Walgreens pharmacy. Last night, a man came into the store there on Pearl Road demanding pills. He got away, but cops are hot on this criminal's tail. Charlie Coe's family decided that they did want to talk to the media. They came out, they told us all about Charlie, what a great kid he was, and they also shared a little bit about their reaction of the woman who's now charged with the hit-skip accident that killed Charlie Coe. You can't really blame this one on economics. I mean, it only costs $8 to sit up here. On the brighter side of things, you got a lot of seats to choose from, and no one's really going to bother you much. Hey, how are you guys doing over there? And then there's this. Dennis Rodman returning to basketball to coach a topless team.
Thank you.
Oh, all right. Well, so what do you think about the late start this season? Can the Cavs still hang on to their fans? 19 Action News reporter Dan DeRose is at the big board. Somehow, one of the victims was able to break free from the tape that bound him. He ran next door and got the neighbor to call 911. Well, we know that right now the police are still searching for this suspect. Eyewitnesses, people in the neighborhood told us that the argument, this all started down there by that stop sign. Then the victim was dragged several feet all the way to right about here, right in front of her house. Stuffed animals and balloons marked the spot where 16-year-old Rosara Oquendo lived and died. Police say Rosara got into an argument with an 18-year-old driving this SUV. Rosara, they say, was on the driver's side of the vehicle when he took off, dragging her with him several feet before she fell, hitting the pavement just steps away from her front door. Rosara was rushed to Metro, but died. Her friends say they don't know the guy that was driving the SUV or why Rosara would have been fighting with him.
That's what we're all shocked about. We didn't know how to react to it because she wasn't that type of person to be in the streets or anything. So it's just hard to just think about it, that she's gone forever. And by all accounts, from all the people that we talked to today, Rosara was a very sweet, very smart girl. Coming up at 5 o'clock, what we know about the suspect the police are searching for right now as we speak. Reporting live on West 81st, Denise Zarrella, 19 Action News.
Denise Zarrella is live with the developing news on Cleveland's East Side.
Well, the motive seems to still be somewhat of a mystery. This is a very bizarre case, but the witness that we talked to, she says this was about romantic love that was unreturned.
Denise Zarrella has more on the tape and the reaction.
Most men do think my feet are pretty.
It's the video that's got the outspoken coach of the New York Jets suddenly acting tight-lipped.
This is a personal matter.
A woman who looks and sounds a lot like Ryan's wife tells the cameraman she's just resting with her bare feet hanging out. Then the cameraman, who sounds a lot like Coach Ryan, starts chiming in.
Is it okay to touch him again? Can I smell him? You know, obviously I knew, these questions, this question's coming and things. It's, this is a personal matter.
The matter Ryan calls personal somehow showed up in the public arena on a foot fetish website, now making national news. Okay, these feet will cure you of any foot fetish you might have. Rex Ryan, it's not the first time he's acted outrageously. In fact, he put on a wig to imitate his brother, got in trouble for flipping off Miami fans earlier this year. But this is the first time that his wife, Michelle, has been involved.
My wife's beautiful. She's been married for 23 years. And, she's awesome.
Ryan would not confirm or deny during this press conference that the woman in the video is his wife, Michelle. But take a good look at Michelle Ryan in this CBS News interview. The woman in the internet video bears a striking resemblance. Many saying, what's the big deal? They're clearly soulmates. In Cleveland, Denise Zarrella, 19 Action News. New at 4, some scary moments on the lakeshore this afternoon. A woman pulled from Lake Erie in Cleveland around 1 o'clock. It happened in the 600 block of Erie Side near the Great Lakes Science Center. Officials say the woman took her shoes off and jumped right in the water. They had no idea what she was thinking. Good Samaritans helped get her out. The woman taken by ambulance to the hospital. There's no word on her condition right now. And we're working on new details on a deadly shooting that happened in Akron. It happened late last night. Our Scott Taylor is investigating. He's live now from downtown Akron. Scott, what can you tell us? So sad, Scott. Well, there's new information now on a Christmas Day break-in gone bad for the burglars, that is. Cleveland police say two 16-year-olds broke into this house on East 114th Street on Sunday, not knowing that the homeowners were there. The alarm went off, and one homeowner came out to find the punks stealing the TV. So he pulled out his gun and shot each kid in the leg. Both of those kids went to Metro for treatment, and both are now under arrest. Neighbors say they've noticed police keeping a closer eye on their homes since this break-in.
They told us yesterday that they're going to be making, frequent rounds.
And police say two other kids were on the lookout in the car out front, but they got away. And that shooting is not the only one in Cleveland over the holiday weekend. Police are investigating at least 5 shootings and 4 stabbings. They tell us they do not believe that any of this violence is connected. And we're still waiting for an identity on the man found inside a Holda Avenue home over the weekend. A 911 caller told police people were arguing inside and that 2 men ran out of the house. Police checked out the inside, found the body of a man in his 20s. The medical examiner is working on an ID right now. And some little criminals just got busted in Wadsworth, tearing through town, ripping up Christmas decorations and front yards. 18-year-old Paul Kantoric was arrested on Christmas morning along with 3 other teens. Police say they drove over lawns, taking out holiday displays. Several streets were vandalized, and people who live there, well, they're not too happy. Well, you might say Santa was good to retailers this year. The final tallies aren't in just yet, but holiday spending was up close to 4% over last year. And today may be one of the biggest shopping days of all. And for the most part, winter is off to a gentle start here relatively in Northeast Ohio. Normally, we do ring in the new year with close to a foot more snow than we've had so far. Cash-strapped cities finally got a break.
Denise Zarrella has the story new at 6.
Yeah, letters get lost in the mail all the time, but this letter is proof to one family that there is life and love after death.
A big wow for my 89th birthday.
Jeffrey Moyes reads the card he just got from his mom, thanking him and his family for helping her celebrate her 89th birthday.
Thanks for the cards and present too. I love you all. Grandma Moyes, Mom.
Margaret Moyes wrote this thank you letter right after her birthday celebration. But for some reason, the note got lost, traveled across the country for weeks, finally arriving one day after Moyes died.
Some could call it a mechanical error at the post office mechanical system. Some could call it an act from God.
From the looks of the envelope, someone in Los Angeles, California tried repeatedly to get this letter where it belonged. Just look at the writing on the outside.
We're sure these people from Ohio would like to receive this letter sent to them from Ohio.
A series of dates, possibly the days when the letter arrived repeatedly at the wrong address, are written on the envelope. A heart is drawn by the latest date, possibly showing that returning this piece of mail may have become a labor of love. Now the Moyes family wants to track down the person who was nice enough to keep returning to sender and ended up comforting them at just the right moment.
And if somebody would have just thrown it away after receiving it so many times, whether it was the same person or not, we never would have gotten that letter. And it really means a lot to all of us here.
Now, the post office wasn't able to offer any explanation for why that letter got lost. The Moyes family is now trying to use barcode numbers that are on that letter to track down the Good Samaritan who made sure they got their mother's final message. Live in the Newsplex, Denise Zarrella, 19 Action News.